Hey guys, today with the topic, you are never 100% sure if it is the right decision to break up. God, I need a shorter title, but you'll see for yourself. What exactly am I getting at? You are in the best case in no contact and you already had problems to start it because you have the fear inside that she could forget you. That she might move on and that this decision to break up with you is something that is set in stone for her. She has made that unmistakably clear to you. No word, no text, no action of yours has visibly moved something in her and she was as cold as ice to you. And even if not. Even if she said she loves you but it can't go on like this. As soon as the sentence falls, we will never get together again or I don't want you anymore, and so on and immediately. Something that triggers this absolute feeling of emptiness in you. As if the ground is being pulled out from under your feet, your heart feels like it's slipping down your pants and a fog covers every tangible thought in your head. As soon as you reach this point it is clear to you, you have no chance. You try, you give everything, you give in to your neediness. You need her in your life, she is the one, you kneel completely vulnerable with a knife to your chest in front of her and she looks at you lovelessly and stabs you. Sometimes I would really like to be there with a button in your ear and translate her sentences into reality. Because if you didn't have such fear of loss at that moment, you would know exactly what is going on and how you have to act. That what your intuition tells you is exactly the way in the wrong direction. In my experience, you can be prepared for this, but of course you probably won't do it during an ongoing relationship. Who takes the time to prepare for an impending breakup if you are trying to prevent it or don't know about it? So it's basically normal to feel this way if you haven't been in a situation like this before where you had a so damn strong bond with each other. And by that I don't mean that you don't have to feel that way anymore if you've had relationships before. It's the intensity, attraction and bond with each other that decides that, not how many, from your point of view, more unfulfilling relationships and breakups you've been through. It can be the first partner with whom you got serious, but it can also be the 10th time when it really clicks and catches you. But the fact is always, you come to this point where you think, she has broken up with you and now shows me how serious she is, there is no getting through to her anymore. And that's exactly true. For the moment. For this moment, usually it is the moment of the breakup talk. They have been preparing for this for a long time. How can they teach it to you as painlessly as possible? The less you are affected by it, the easier and less stressful the separation will be. The more adult you may be in taking it. There's a lot to think about, maybe they've already talked to their family or best friend about it, there are points they can no longer accept and their feelings aren't what they were months ago. These are all obstacles for them if you try to keep them with you and your behavior in itself then does the rest, because it is unattractive, submissive behavior and not worthy of a man at eye level. So you have made the firm decision that cost you a lot of energy. A lot of energy has gone into it and not just your own opinion. Many fears, nights they lay awake and could not fall asleep, goals and dreams they have given up. What you feel at the moment of separation simply divided over a long period of time. Now they stand in front of you and have to go through with what they have decided to do. What they may have already announced to others. Inwardly they have their pros and cons list in front of them and the cons outweigh the cons by far. Even if some points on it are invented and lied in your eyes to make you look worse, it is something they had to believe and persuade themselves to be able to justify their decision to themselves. But there is nothing you can do about that at the moment. Neither can you look into their head 100%, nor are you even in a position to really save the situation and restore attraction. The most you can do is keep her where she is right now. But back to her. At the moment of the breakup you usually don't make it easy for them and what do you meet with your way of trying to dissuade them? Right on defiance and everything they tell you, from that it will never work again to that your relationship was shit anyway and that you are not the right one for them. These are feelings that grew out of the fact that you couldn't let it go. You have asked, hoped and discussed. You push them into a corner, because they can't give in to you right now. Not after all this time and all the security they've now thought of and fought for. They rather put you and the relationship down, so that you leave them alone and accept that not everything could have been so great. That would have been I want the breakup. Okay, thank you, goodbye, good luck in your life, but funnily enough, this would usually be a knock on their head, because they would think they had given up something that is far above them in value. Otherwise, they would have fought for it. That's what they usually want, a little bit more. But anyway, that's not what this is about. It's more about the fact that everything you are going through now was part of the process of coming to the conclusion that you have to break up with them. Their inner doubts are checked off bit by bit and provided with obstacles, so that these cannot overthrow the own confidence in the moment of the separation. And after the breakup itself, they will feel relief. Because they have put this difficult moment behind them. It's not the fact of being away from you but of having mastered a difficult, goal. But these obstacles they have put up, they don't last forever. At the latest, when they think you are the only one who has this mistake or peculiarity, sooner or later they fall on their face with it, or they have forgotten memories and wishes, which come back to their mind in their sleep or in the evening before going to bed, which again trigger the wish in them, you would be there now at this moment. Or special days that you had together or spent together. What triggers in you fear of loss and a desire for their closeness, your ex has that too, just not as present in the moment as you and completely suppressed at the separation itself to not have to give in. But what they tell you, what they admit in front of you. You are the last person on earth before whom they would admit this weakness in their eyes. The very last, because then you could break right through their facade again and they would have been going crazy for the last weeks and months for nothing. Not to mention that her feelings were probably really gone for her at that moment. And a woman always goes by how she feels. Men tend to sit it out and don't give too much of a damn. The affairs they look for instead are no better, but in my opinion, woman and man, if both have equal feelings for each other but are in a relationship. The man would look for another but put the relationship above everything because the bond is there. The woman would break up. And in my eyes the latter is the stronger way, even if you are not 100% sure if it is the right one. Not for both but for yourself. But that doesn't mean that you have to keep going down this path and never look back. Even if we like to claim that we always look back and think about how something could have been different. Depending on how dissatisfied we are with the current situation, we might reconsider old decisions with the current view. And especially with ex-partners, with whom we felt comfortable for a long time and we had many common memories and experiences, the chance to seriously think about it is very high. So don't worry about her forgetting you. You were part of her life and she can't delete that but will remember it for the rest of her life. With time and the easier you make it for her, the more you work on yourself, the easier you make the decision that you are her best possible option. Take care and until the next video.